let you know. So Julia is here to speak about how, like, it will be also, it's a theoretical class about how to prevent injuries. Of course, if you have any questions about how to do exercise or anything, she can of course help you. And she's a physiotherapist in Portugal, and basically she does that for a living. So she has more knowledge than I have. For example, it's not my expertise. Of course, when I studied, I learned a little bit, but she learned fully. So she knows much more about that than me. So I thank her to be here. Yeah, of course, it was very funny because many players when I put the pamphlet about everybody that was coming, they asked me if she was my wife. No, she's my little sister. That was a question. Is she your wife? No, that's my little sister.
No, it's not a choice. It's life.
I know that it's very hard to be my relative with me, but I think she's managing for now. You can go ahead.
So it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you do it?
Acho que...
Yep.
Tá. Então, consegues ver? Espera aí, tempo aí.
Não é, ainda.
Daqui.
Modo teleca. É isso.
Okay, tá?
Yep.
So, okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Júlia. Thank you for joining me today. So, like Danielle already said, I'm a physiotherapist and I'm Portuguese, so I'm sorry, but my English is not the best. And if you don't understand anything, just say it and I will try to explain again and do my best, okay? So if you have any question or just want to say something about the team, just put your microphone on and let's make a more dynamic conversation, okay? So today we will talk about football and all the benefits that this sport has. We will also talk about why it is associated with so many injuries and what can we do about it. The importance of preventions and our preventive intervention should be planned will be the main theme of the day. And we will end with the presentation of we will end the presentation with a training plan and a recovery score to realize some change we can make in our daily life to stay more healthy. So football is the most popular and practiced sport in the world, having so many physical, psychological, and social benefits. However, despite the numerous benefits, it also has a prevalence of injury that has been increasing. Sorry. You can hear me?
Yeah. All good.
Yes, all good.
I don't know what happened. So, okay, everything is okay? You can hear me?
Yeah. All good.
Okay, so these injuries I'm talking about is due to the fact that it's a sport that requires a lot of physical contact and consists of short activities of high intensities with longer activities and low to moderate intensities, like different intensities with different times of the activities, which leads to fatigue. So injuries are associated with extrinsic and intrinsic factors. And when we talk about extrinsic factors, we are talking about external contact, ambient temperature, turf condition, and so many other things. So that things are difficult to control. The things we can happen, where we can act and prevent is in the intrinsic factors, and we are talking about nutrition, hydration, and physical condition, for example. So several studies try to understand the incidence of injuries in the world of sport, more specifically in football, and we can affirm that 7 out to 10 athletes report some moments of injury, which correspond to 72%. Among the most affected anatomical region, thigh and ankle stands out. Another finding described in another study was that more competition means more exposure, so higher is the risk of injury, because the incidence of injuries in the games is almost 10 times higher than in training. This finding can be related to the fact that games require a greater physical demand, a greater number of contacts and collisions, and consequent increase in competitive spirits that generates more fatigue induced by exertion. So, what can we do about it? How can we reduce the number of injuries? Prevention. Okay, so prevention is really important. One study showed that 42 out of 300 players exposed to a 7-week pre-season training program had an injury rate of 14% at the end of the season, contrasting with the 34% of the control group. In addition to the better physical fitness that a preventive plan can give, there is another finding that proves the importance of prevention. Is like previous injuries are a huge risk factor to the occurrence of a new lesion. So, if you have a previous injury and you don't treat well, you have a more 16%.
It's more probable that you have the injury again and
Yeah,
on
is
another
that-
one. And
Okay,
I
thank you.
saw that you were struggling with the word, that's why I helped you. But you just tell
thank
me,
you.
just say Daniel, and I will help you.
Thank you. So, and even economically, an injury means more time of absence of the player, so less money. Conclusion: greater contact generates greater risk of the injury, so it requires greater prevention efforts and safety guarantees in order to optimize the health of the players. So, how can we plan a preventive intervention? Prevention is therefore a multifactorial intervention then requires articulate work between different professional areas. In this way, to delineate a preventive intervention in the best way, it is important to master the specificity of the sports modality, the main injuries associated with that, and a big knowledge about the individual characteristics of each player, such as clinical history and relevant functional findings, with the main objective to optimize a sports performance. So the most important to start it's individual functional evaluation of each player, and for this it is necessary to make an evaluation of a dynamic posture. And as an example, we can resort to the functional movement screening, which are
Julia, just a second.
See?
Can you take this occultar, put occultar so that we can read the last sentence because we cannot see it.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's okay now.
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so I was talking about the functional movement screening, which are a set of tests to evaluate the quality of fundamental movement patterns in order to identify limitations and asymmetries of athletes. The FMS is a screening tool used to evaluate 7 fundamental movement patterns in individual with no current pain or injury. And it's not intended to diagnose as orthopedic problems, but rather to demonstrate opportunities for improved movement in individuals. The 7 movement patterns are the deep squat, the hurdle step, lunge, shoulder mobility, active straight leg raise, push-up, and rotary stability. You can see the exercise here. You see my little hand here?
Yeah.
Okay, here, this exercise. So if we think of the deep squat, this one, for example, we will start by evaluating the view of the different plants in order to achieve a qualitative analysis of the exercise. some aspects to be taken into account throughout this exercise are bilaterally, symmetrical movements, mobility, and functional stability of the hips, knees, and ankles. Pelvic and core stability must be also be guaranteed for the proper performance of the exercise. So each exercise is scored by 0 to 3. If you have 3, it's because you have a perfect movement without compensation. 2 is a movement without pain but with compensation. 1 is a movement not complete, and 0 if you have any pain. And it should be evaluated bilaterally to compare the both sides of the body. The final score goes from 0 to 21, and less than 14, it's considered a critical limit, which means a higher risk of injury. The FMS can also be used for feedback every 4-6 weeks, or when an improvement is seen in the priority movement patterns, and it provides feedback into the effectiveness of the current program and tell us how and when we can move to a higher level progression or a new priority movement patterns.
So if you have any pain in any of these movements, it's 0.
Yeah, exactly.
So it means that
because
after if we have, for example, I can see that in these 7 exercises I can do 1 without pain. It means that I have 3.
Because it's for an evaluation of the functionality and not the pain.
I'm just asking because it means that I have 3 and it's a higher risk of injury, which is quite fair.
Exactly.
Which is quite fair with my case.
So
what do you think how much points do you think you have, Christian?
No,
Christian,
but is that.
I think I can also do maybe only 1 without pain.
Without pain.
Without pain. But again, I'm old.
No, but
so
there is a difficult exercise, and it's like when we do a deep squat, we can do it like so many different ways. So it's important that someone who is with you just say that, and okay, it's like that, and just maybe it's a compensation, and that's why it's you have pain. Maybe if you done the exercise in the better way, maybe you don't have pain. You understand?
Actually, I think it might be a good thing to do in the next weeks, so that we can everybody make these 7 exercises, and I will evaluate every player, and I can see in which level they are. I know already that many of us will not reach 10, but it could be fun to see. But do you need you don't? I mean, of course, to deep squats you need some balance with the stick, basically, but you can do it without, I guess.
Yes. You just need to have your hands above your head. Okay. But for example, in the last one, you can see that if you do that exercise and you don't have the core activation, it's a hard exercise, and you can have pain in your lower back. So it's a little thing. If you're doing the exercise and you just think, okay, I need to put my core active, maybe you will not have pain in the next.
I think everybody. I mean, I think most of the people that are here went to physiotherapist already, and I think they know that 1 hour workout with a physiotherapist is 5 times harder than a 1 hour workout by themselves if they never went to a physiotherapist, because all the postures and everything, it changes. So basically, it's always harder to do any exercise. Or it's more effective. At least it's more effective the way they show. It's a bit hard to do it by ourselves in the first time, because there is always something to correct.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree with Daniel.
Okay. So.
But for this, we need someone that have some physiotherapist background to be able to judge and to estimate our score.
Yeah, of course. I mean, to evaluate the posture and everything. I mean, David and myself, we can definitely be able to evaluate it, because I mean, if there is an exercise that, of course, I think it could be a good way to do. I mean, if you record it, and I can also show and to my sister, and she can tell me whatever we can improve in. But of course, I've done many classes online with the kids. It's really hard online to explain every little detail. But of course, I think it can be interesting to do that in the training, so that at least you can feel a little thing that might improve your effectiveness of the exercise. Of course, I'm not as experienced as my sister, because it's not my job, but I've done some things, and David has studied science sports and physiotherapy in the same time, so basically he can help out. So if you are into doing this exercise in the next trainings, we can definitely try.
Yes, you can try, and if you don't, maybe if you are looking to the person and you say, okay, maybe something is wrong here, but I don't understand what it is. You can just record, and maybe I can see with another eyes, and I can see maybe, okay, maybe the cervical, or maybe the lower back, or maybe, I don't know, the shoulders. Okay.
If you have any question, go ahead. Just
Oh, fine.
No?
Fine for now.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm speaking really fast because I'm a little nervous.
No, don't be nervous.
If
We are
you
not
don't
professional
understand
here.
something, just tell me, okay?
Sure, no worries. You're doing great.
Okay.
you don't know them, but I'm sure that the three of us, we are having a smile. So don't worry. We are all very nice people.
Okay, thank you. So another factor that provides injuries in the is the lack of balance between the muscles with antagonistic actions. In this way, it is extremely important to respect the ideal functional strength ratios of the body. This means that, for example, if the quadriceps is so much stronger than the hamstrings, the posterior musculature and ligaments are put at risk. So it is important to include training seasons for this musculature in a preparatory phase of the season, and also during the season, respecting principles of progressivity and adaptation during competitive periods. Another component that the preseason should include are balance training with or without an unbalanced surface, since these help in the prevention and recovery of ankle and knee injuries. One study showed that with balance and instability training for 5 times a week during the seasons, 4 weeks before the seasons and 2 weeks during the seasons, led to a reduction in the occurrence of sprains. The relevance of this type of training is the diversifications of sensory stimulation, a better proprioceptivity, and postural control that are easily transposed to real everyday situations that puts athletes to irregular floors with diversity of the reception of the foot to the ground. You understand what I tried to say? Like
Yeah, it's clear.
in game and in training, we are always like our foot and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's a very easy, thing to understand. I guess many of us went to doctor, and it happened to me 2 weeks ago, and the doctor said to me, if your quadriceps were not that muscular and you didn't prepare yourself that much, the injury you had was the ligaments were done. He said to me. He said, if the ligaments didn't have as many muscles around, it will be done. You will have a 9 months injury. That's why building up it's an important thing.
Yeah, exactly. So now, core workouts. So the core can be defined as a set of muscles of the pelvis and trunk, responsible for the stability of the spine and the pelvis, and for the transmission of the force from the trunk to the extremities. The core consists of two types of muscles. The postural, that composed of slow fibers that are deeper and have a more localized action. And the superficial muscles composed of faster fibers. So there is muscles with different characteristics that require a different training, but with one common goal: need to be stronger, to be more, to have more stability and better action of the extremities. Even when we are working our legs or our arms in gym, it's really important to have your core active, because you don't need to be so strong. You understand what I mean? Your efforts, it don't mean to be so strong. Percebes o que eu quis dizer, Dani?
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody knows well a player that I will speak about. He is now, I think, 46 or 47. He's a player that plays regularly with us, and you can see how important his core workout is. You can see after the trainings, he's always doing core workout.
Mm-hmm.
I speak about Igor. I think everybody wants to do that.
No worries, we got it.
And basically, I feel that sometimes it takes time, and you can see that it's important for him, and that's why he's in such shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that he's doing really well for himself, and I think he understood the importance of having a core that is strong and firm.
Cool.
You can go ahead.
Okay. So plyometric training. Okay, this type of training is extremely important in almost all sports, but mainly in football, because the muscle activity is more than a concentric phase and after an eccentric phase. It's like when you do how we say that exercise? Bíceps? Dani? Como é que se chama este exercício assim? De tipo bíceps?
Just to push some weight, for example?
Yes, for example.
I think they understood, I guess, because they are looking at you. So
Okay. It's more than just concentric phase and eccentric phase. It's more a successive muscle cycle of stretching and shortening. So it's a dynamic action of the muscles. And the plyometric training is really important because it's helped to have a movement well executed and strong in the different ways, because in the football we are running acceleration, and jumps, and the muscles are always in different complements.
Yeah, they are moving in different ways.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just okay. Now we will work, and now we'll just release and relax. It's more like always change with different intensities and different comprimentos, que não me está a vir a palavra.
Lengths.
Okay.
Different lengths. That's what you want to say.
Okay. Thank you.
She is basically sorry. So basically, yeah, it's in football. Our muscles are having completely different lengths all the time. It depends if you are jumping, sprinting, stopping, walking, or running slowly. Basically, it changes everything, and the positions also. The positions have different demands. So.
Exactly. So this training has a direct benefits action also in vertical jump, in speed, and muscles power, because it generates a better effort savings and a lower probability of injuries. Also, self-induced myofascial release. So in this part, you players, you can have a more active role in your preparation and recovery. It is a technique that reduces fascial adhesions and restoring the myofascial system and treat proprioceptive mechanisms like trigger points, and it can help you with these rollers, therapeutic rollers, for example, and so many other things. And flexibility training. It's very good because we are not only preventing and correcting shortening, but also contributing to better postural correction with a greater range of motions without compensation. Performing this work in the warm-up helps to minimize pain you can have after an exercise, and it's excellent preventive action. Finally, the warm-up phase. It's sorry.
All good?
Yeah.
Everything's okay?
No, because it's just I don't know what's happened.
What happened?
That's happened. Okay, that's good. Okay, my never mind. Finally, warm-up phase. It should precede the fundamental parts of training in order to increase body temperature, tissues extensibility, and blood flow. It should include general exercise in the different planes, such as running, for example, and some exercise more oriented to the main task, such as balance, plyometrics, and muscles activity strategies. So no more talking, let's go to the training program. And now I bring you here an example of training you can do in your pre-season or like a warm-up in your train. And it's a FIFA 11 Plus. It's a complete warm-up program to reduce injuries, and it helps a lot to prevent some injuries. If you teams are already performed this plane and realize lists twice a week, and some kind of 30 to 15% of the have less injuries players. So I don't know if you understand me, but they tried this program, and someone.
If you want, I can. I mean, FIFA 11. I mean, before when I was in school. Well, not a long time ago, but still, they they developed FIFA 11, only FIFA 11, not the Plus, FIFA 11, and basically FIFA started with this for the clubs and tried to prevent injuries. That's why that was their aim. So they had developed many parts. Of course, it was not just 6 exercises. It was a lot. They have a lot, but they were not constructed well. They were quite crap. But now FIFA 11 Plus. So they changed this. FIFA 11 Plus. It's like it has 3 years now or 4, and FIFA 11 Plus is a success. For now, many clubs are following them. Many clubs were very apprehensive to try 11 Plus because they thought that the 11 was not a success. But now 11 Plus was. Everybody says that it's a very good, very positive thing to add for the training, amateur, professional, many. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to.
No,
wanted to
is
illustrate.
that because the thing is that the teams that perform on that plane at least twice a week had a 30 to 50% less injuries after. So it's good for the prevention also. It takes around 20 minutes to complete. So the first part, it's running exercise, only 8 minutes. It's 6 exercise with different running techniques: hip mobility, jump, speed, acceleration, and deceleration, and another things are explored here. The second part of the program is where you can find the strength and plyometric and balance exercise. It takes kind of 10 minutes, and there are 3 levels that increase the difficulty. So you can start by trying the first level, and if it's too easy, you can progress. Or if you already, for example, if you already are in this level but you are tired, or tomorrow you have a big game, or I don't know, you just want to do some easier things, you just can do the easier level. Okay. And as you can see, you have plank exercise, side plank, also hamstrings exercise. After you have some balance exercise, lunges, plyometric exercise like jumps, and other more specific techniques of football. And the last one, the last 2 minutes, it's again running exercise, and after you can explore that better. So now, and to finish, I challenge you to evaluate your intrinsic factors. We are talking initially. If you have the better health, how can I say that? Dani, podes me ajudar aqui?
A better diet.
Ações mais saudáveis, digamos assim.
Yeah. Uma dieta mais saudável.
Sim, uma vida mais
Yeah,
saudável.
a better diet, basically. If you
Yes.
follow everything that she will tell you now.
You have more points, so you have less risk of injuries. So everyone
Are you counting beer or inside or no?
Sorry, no, but
No alcohol, yeah. Okay.
I don't understand why.
Hydration.
I don't understand why, but
Sorry.
My sister just
but
finished.
maybe here, you know, proper hydration. I don't know.
There is cereals in.
Sorry.
There is cereals in, but cereals are not very good for ligaments in general.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you usually eat a full and healthy meals after training, you have 50 points. If you drink more than, if you have a proper hydration, you have more 15 points. If you sleep well, like 8 hours, you have 25 points. But if you also sleep like 6 to 7 hours per night, you don't have any points. And if you sleep less than 6 hours, you need to take off 30 points of your score.
Ooh, I have minus 100. Just in there.
Okay, so of course this is the ideal, but some professional lives it's not possible to do that. But if you take a power nap after lunch, ideally you have more 10 points. Lower intensity physical activity, at least 30 minutes, it's also important. So you have also 15 points. Cryotherapy and contrast bath. Eu não sei se, sorry, I don't know if you have that in your club.
No, not yet. I mean, it's on the plan.
Okay, so
Actually, it's not. It's cryotherapy.
So Daniel,
is
you
very
take
expensive.
off 5 points because the others don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's your
But we
fault.
have the gun. We have the massage gun at least.
Sorry.
Yeah, we have the massage gun. That's not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And so it is that. And
Christian had a little issue with his computer, but he's coming back.
sorry.
Christian has a little issue with his computer, but he's coming back, he said.
Okay.
But all good, you can continue.
Okay. And just to finish, and because the most important thing is also to have moments of pleasure during the day and do what we really like to do, you have more 10 points if you realize your hobbies today. So let's see your results. So how many of you had less than...
Can you put them again?
Atrás?
So, yeah.
The points?
Yeah, just so that people can count, basically.
Okay.
And then I think we will go ahead. Yeah, so, oof. No. Okay. Everybody counted?
Yeah, I would say 40 for me.
40?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I was away. We had to count, yeah, something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am sorry. I'm sorry.
No, sorry, my bad.
So basically here, I think you understood, yeah? If you do things, you need to put points on you, and if, for example, the hour sleep, it's 8 hours sleep gives you 25 points, 6-7 hours sleep 0, minus 30 if you sleep less than 6. I have 15 points.
I can say that very good thing is to sleep during the daytime before the training.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, if we can say that it's nap after lunch, it's not 20 or 30 minutes, it's more.
Like 2
Yeah,
hours.
Yeah, we all agree with that. Well, let's
Okay.
see where we situate ourselves now.
Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Ooh.
So, how many of you had less than 65?
I had less than 65.
I
Absolutely.
had 40. I'm weak.
I had 15.
Very weak.
I had
Okay.
15 because I sleep less than 6 hours a day, so that's right on, right there.
Yeah, you have a problem. Yeah, you need to do FIFA 11 plus. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to work on 11 plus to not have injuries.
So it's trying to improve the aspects that haven't been able to get the points, and try to get and have at least 65, because it means that you have
A good
sorry
recovery score.
less suffer some kind of injury. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, just to finish. So the most important aspects of today, it is important to identify risk factors for a better injury prevention. It is important that the athlete is included and in communication with a multidisciplinary team. May the athletes prepare himself with a good pre-season training plan and always try to have a good routine and healthy habits daily. And finally, that he likes that he is doing, and that football is a moment of pleasure for him. So thank you, everyone. I'm sorry because I was just
I love the pictures. I love the pictures.
Yeah, I
I-
was about to comment about that. There's always always some Portugal jersey on all the pictures.
Ah, yes,
Beautiful.
I'm sorry.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's all good.
Sorry, not sorry, actually.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I forgive you. But Julia, I think I can say Julia. You're not Latvian, so I can say Julia. I wanted actually to ask, like, if you had any exercises to recommend for us for the core workout and for the hamstrings, some stuff like this.
Okay.
Or it's better to follow the ones you were showing from the FIFA 11 plus.
Yes. Yes. So the core, there is a thing you can do. Maybe I can show.
Yeah, you can show.
So
And you can try to make, Christian, can you put the camera and you do it also? And like this I can also try to correct while she does it.
I'm not warmed up. I will get injured.
It's all good. You can try. So, maybe you can do it on Monday, and I will try to correct it. Can you
Yes.
put the camera a little bit lower? Yeah, exactly.
yes. Right.
Era para não, s'il te plaît.
Deixa eu ver só se posso desligar
Oui,
aqui.
tu peux prendre la photo.
Okay. So you can see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So when you can I talk in French now?
In
In English, Artem is here now, and he doesn't speak French though. But if it's easier for you, go ahead in French. Yeah. And
Can
then
I?
translate in English. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So pour travailler l'abdominal, c'est important de respirer. My French is not the best one.
No worries, Julia. Come on, we are between us. No
C'est
stress.
très important de respirer. Et en fait, quand on fait un abdominal comme ça, le problème, c'est la cervicale.
Mhm,
Parce qu'on fait beaucoup avec la tête,
mhm.
en fait. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? On peut rester comme ça, couché. Et on peut que descendre notre jambe. Comme ça, c'est plus facile. Mais si on fait comme ça, c'est plus difficile. Tu comprends?
Oui, parfaitement.
Comme ça. Et si on fait avec les deux, c'est encore plus difficile.
Oui.
D'accord? Après, ce que tu peux faire, c'est comme ça. Tu peux aussi ouvrir les jambes.
Mhm.
Et l'important, c'est que tu comment est-ce que je trouve?
Décoller.
Décoller
Ouais.
a lombar do chão, estás a ver?
Ouais, la lombaire ne peut pas sortir de. La lombaire doit rester par terre.
Ok.
Ouais.
Toujours en contact avec le sol.
Toujours. Et par exemple, dans celui-là, on a nos jambes comme ça, on descend.
Mhm.
Si tu sens que tu vas sortir de fort,
Si tu penses que tu vas sortir de ta lombaire de par terre,
Uh-huh.
tu
tu
dois.
restes comme ça, tu descends
t'arrêtes.
plus. D'accord?
Si tu vois que la lombaire elle sort du sol, tu t'arrêtes.
Ok. C'est
Basically,
un peu-
Artem, if you want to try this exercise also, it's the same. But basically, the most important part for the
It's-
abdominal exercise is that the lumbar doesn't go out of the floor.
Okay.
It cannot
exactly.
go out.
And
Basically,
when you do the... sorry, Danny. Sorry.
No, it's for example, I did some exercise now here because I cannot run, and basically I don't have a mat. So when I feel that I do it without a shirt, and when I feel that my back are doing farts from the floor, I say that it's wrong. I'm doing something
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's the thing you need to think about.
Yeah, you always have to be like that, okay? And it's important in the hard part of the exercise, like in this part. When we are here, for example,
Mhm.
it's important you just expirar.
Tu dois expirer.
Ok.
And
La respiration
not-
est très très importante.
Oui,
Tu
et
fais les
pas bloquer l'air en fait. Parce que ce qu'on fait, c'est on reste comme ça et on respire plus. On reste comme ça. Et ça, c'est pas bon. On ne travaille pas les abdominaux comme ça.
Ok.
La
Ok.
respiration est très très importante dans les abdos. En fait, on n'y pense pas, mais parce qu'en fait, on essaie de faire. Sorry, Artem, I will switch to English. Most of the time, when we do abdominal exercises, any exercise, we don't think about breathing, the breathing part. And when you go to a physiotherapist, it makes you breathe, and that makes everything harder. I mean, not harder. It makes you work, basically. Because it puts you like to work perfectly how you should do it. Yeah.
Parce que je vais parler en français, mais tous les mots me viennent en anglais. Et quand j'essaie de parler en anglais, tous les mots me viennent en portugais. Alors, when I try to, so the abdominal muscles are also respiratory muscles. It's not the principles, but it's also helping the respiration. So it's really important to have the take off and the air.
To breathe. Correct.
And breathe, okay, and don't definitely not block the neck.
Yeah, exactly. And also the plank. It's really good for the core. Okay, and it's a great exercise for all your body actually. And it's important you also take off your hair, like tu expires pendant que tu fais la partie plus difficile de l'exercice.
Ok.
So,
Et combien de temps à peu près pour la planche? Quelle est la durée que tu recommandes?
Actually, it's not the important. It's not the time, or maybe you can try, for example, now, and you do a plank, and if you only do like I don't know 20 seconds, that's okay. Okay, that's okay if you just arrive to stay focused and your abdominal it's on, you know. But it's important, for example, next week if you do a plank like every day, and the next week you try to do like more 10 seconds.
Okay.
Always trying to
increase, yeah.
To increase, exactly.
Okay.
And this one, it's also really good when you have your foot like that, and you just put your ass.
Yeah, the ass up. Yeah, I do this one.
So, and if you have your foot like more close than your ass, you know, like that, it's more gluteus you are working. But if you put
far
away, far away, and you do that, it's more hamstrings you are working.
Okay.
And if you just put your sorry, like that, you know, you will work more lateral.
Okay.
And if you are closer, you will work more the inner. Is that?
The interior muscles.
Interior muscle. Okay, I see. Thanks. This is something that I had no clue, and seeing you telling this is really good. Thank you.
And even more important, Chris, is when you go down. Also, when you go down, that you put really well the lumbar on the floor before starting again.
Yes. You relax, really relax, and and now you are talking about it. The first thing we need to do in this position. So we are like that. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a little space, and that's okay. Okay. The first thing we need to do it's like esmagar, smash.
You need to.
Before.
You need to. I mean, basically, you need. It's like you feel that you are smashing the thing on the floor.
Exactly.
Like you try to smash it with your bottom, basically.
Yes, it's the first thing, and after you
lift, yeah. Okay.
Yes, and after you to go down, it's first like your
the back.
Yes, and your head is the last thing that touch on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, and after you finish again in the first position.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's smash up, then back.
Smash up, and after you go down slowly, and you finish here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Júlia.
Mais ou menos isso.
Do you need something else? Another question about?
Maybe one question for me, yes. As you mentioned, Danny, at the end of every session we have Igor who is doing some exercises on its own. Actually, I think on my side I would do those exercises, but I don't know which type of exercise would be good to do straight after the session, or let's say one day after. Would you have
Okay.
some exercise like that for a recovery straight after and plus one day?
Sobre os alongamentos, não é?
Yeah. Actually, it's just before Julia goes up. I was going to discuss that with my sister on here, because there is always this. It's a discussion we have in between coaches, and it's a discussion we have in between. I mean, I think I already had this discussion with my sister, but I'm not sure. Is about stretching in the end of the training. Is it a myth or it's not a myth? I mean, is it beneficial or it's not beneficial? Is it better to do it the day after, or it's
After.
better to not do it the day after? I mean, just she will show you exercises right after, okay, Julia? But and you please tell me your opinion also about this subject. But in general, it's important to understand that the routine is important. For example, I think Christian does it. I mean, every day he does some exercises. And that's the best way to approach it, because basically all the exercise he's doing is to improve his flexibility, and then like my sister said in the presentation, every exercise that you make improves your flexibility, and the flexibility makes you prevent injuries. The stretching after the training, it's to improve flexibility, because you are warm and then you don't need to warm up again. But in general, to do it after the training, or 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, it should be exactly the same one, so that you know exactly how to do the stretching. It's a very personal thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hold on. But now you should show some exercise. Yeah, go ahead.
Não, posso fazer uma coisa em português para tu tentares traduzir? Tenho medo de não ser claro o suficiente. Pronto, basicamente há muita discordância e muita polémica em relação a isso, como estavas a dizer, de quando é que devem ser feitos. Mas o que se tem que ter mais em conta é que, por exemplo, quando estamos a fazer um treino de força, a tendência é do nosso músculo encurtar. Só que este músculo também precisa de saber funcionar quando o de trás está encurtado. Ou seja, ele também tem que ser capaz de esticar. Por isso é que é sempre importante ter este treino de flexibilidade, porque temos sempre tendência a encurtar. E mesmo que voltar ao normal é importante, mas é importante também ir para além do normal e variar estes comprimentos.
Okay, I will try to. So basically, what my sister said is, so basically, she started with saying that it's really a big polemic again. The flexibility exercise is, I mean, it's a topic that many people have. It's not. Many people say that it's a myth. Many people say that it's important. Many people say, I mean, nobody have a straight opinion about it. Yeah, it's really not. I mean, nobody agrees. Yeah, actually, I guess that me and my sister, we don't have the same opinion about it. It's normal. Yeah. So, for example, when we do the warm up in the trainings, I always tell you to stretch up personally. I don't give you stretching, because it's very personal. Of course, you need to start somewhere. Someone needs to explain you how to do it. Yeah, because if not, you don't start, and then injuries happen. But in general, you really need, after this exercise, you really need to find your own way. Yeah. So she will show you exercise, but then you need to find your own way, because it's very important to do them. But that's when you should decide, because, like she said, explain me with the arms exercise, for example, it's very important, because many people, when they do exercise, for example, on the gym, they do this exercise, and then they don't care about this one, and that's why the flex.
We can see that.
Huh?
I can see you. I just see your face. I can see your arms.
Okay, so basically, when I'm speaking Ronald because I know that he goes to gym many times, so I guess that you see many people doing like this, for example, and then they release and they don't care about the rest. But everything is important, and that's why the flexibility is important for this part, so that when you release, you don't have something popping up. basically. It's important when you release and when you contract. Everything is important, and for the releasing part, the flexibility is important. So you can go ahead. You can show something now. Sorry, I speak a lot. I know.
No, that's okay. But it's for show some exercise, flexibility exercise. Is that?
Hold on.
Yes. To me, this is some recovery exercise right after the game, or day +1.
Okay. Even if you have some, for example, now you are just here doing nothing 1 hour, okay, and you just can put the pé, stand up, and you can just doing like, you can see me here, just like this, try to put your hands in your foot and just to this. Okay, you can stay loud. You can see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can just stay here, and you can just like
Bend.
Your knees.
Bend.
Yeah, bend. Okay. Oh.
And stay that. Okay. After you can just be on the floor, and you can just put your hands on, like that, and just go with your hands. You understand?
Yes, it looks like more for to release the back.
Yes.
Back muscles.
Yes, the back, the lower back, and the arms also. And for the legs, you can just, if you have, sorry, just a second. With a short, for example, or something, you can just, like, you can see me?
Yeah.
Okay, and you put something here.
On your foot? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but in the front, like here.
Okay. In the front of the foot. Yeah. You
Okay,
also hold
you
on,
stay
right?
here, and you just you will feel the stretch
Pain.
here.
The stretching. Yeah.
Yes, and after, the thing you can do, it's like you can just put your feet in this way on the other leg.
Can you put your computer a bit upper so that we can see? But
Sorry?
a little bit. Yeah, it's just a little bit upper. Upper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Wait. Sorry.
So now you can see how hard it was to make exercise during the online lessons.
You see now?
Yeah.
Okay, you stay like that, and after you can just put your feet in this way. On the side of the leg is it's down, and you will feel the stretch in this lateral.
On the upper, on the side that is not.
Yes,
I mean,
on the
the
side
lateral
of
side is
your
always the side that you are. So it's the right side of the right leg or the left side of the left leg.
Yes,
That's
this
lateral.
one, and after this one, and you will feel that. Okay, you understand?
Yeah. And how long? Like 30
You can
seconds?
just sit and go in front, like that. Just
30 seconds. 30 seconds per exercise.
the time. Sim, yeah, is that 30 seconds. It's difficult to have a time, but 20, 30, it's a good time.
If you don't feel your body stretching up anymore, that's when it.
Yeah, it's that. It's a sensation. And okay, I can stay here. If your foot it's okay and it's not formigation.
If you don't feel formigation, that's a hard word to translate. If you don't feel this, like if you have ants below your feet, like if you stay, like a bit like sleepy.
Yeah, sleepy. It's that.
You can put it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
And a good exercise also for the abs is that when you basically do the seal, you know, like you stay like
Like
you know,
that?
yeah, exactly. So you
That?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is also a very good exercise to stretch the abs. Exactly. Yeah. The one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody has another question? Actually, I had another one. I had one, but it was about this flexibility, and it came up with Ronald's question. So it's you need to understand that all about stretching and everything that is stretching. Why everything that is stretching is really personal. Something, for example, that's why you know when I see Igor, I see that he knows how to do it, and I know that he knows what he's doing. And but I know that I will not ask anybody to do it in the end, because for me I will not be able to correct 20 people, and injuries will happen more often if we do it all together than if we don't do it. Understand my point? Or no?
Yes, you. Can I just confirm in Portuguese?
Yeah. No, but say it in English. Try to say it in English.
Okay,
Go ahead.
but you are saying that it's actually a really personal thing, because it's a sensation. You know, it's the limits. It's the sensation of it's really individual. But the most important thing in the flexibility, it's being really like relaxed. You know.
Yeah,
Because if
comfortable
you
with
are
your exercise.
to do some kind of exercise, but you are like it is really important the respiration in this exercise. For example, if you are not breathing and you just stay like that with no breathing, you are not doing anything. Actually, it's important you just take off and just stay, and when you take off you try to go more and stay and take off and go. You understand me? In Portuguese it's really easier.
Yeah.
Because I do that all my day, and so yeah, but in English it's like
I can imagine that if someone needed to do the same presentation about their jobs in English, it would be harder. Also, don't worry. I think you did very well, and thank you very much for the presentation. I'm sure that many others will watch it, and if they have some questions, I will come back to you.
okay, of course.
Yeah.
You have my email and my
Yes.
Yeah.
Please share the FIFA 11 Plus. I'm just curious about it. If it's possible to share it.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. You can just find really easier. But
Okay.
I can send to my brother, and after.
I have the presentation with me,
Okay,
so I will
cool.
send it to you. I will send it
But
to
I
you
will
right
send
away.
you the PDF, and it's easier, I think.
No, I have it.
Perfect. Thank you.
I have it. You sent it to me.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
I think it was very. I mean, like every class we did, I think it was quite enlightening in the topic. It's very. I think it's a good way to learn some specific things. You know, it's impossible for me to be a master of anything. I like it in every topic. So for me, I mean, it's very important for me to have people around me to help about what they do and are connected with football. And I think with this, I think it's the 6th class. So for now, so I think everybody brought a little bit of expertise, and it's very. I think it's very nice. I mean, I hope that people are watching them at home also after the class, because I think we can all learn a bit more how to be effective in our trainings with all this. Yeah. If you guys want, of course, on Monday or on Thursday, even if it's cold, I know that it's cold outside, but or maybe when we go inside, we can try to make one where we make these 7 exercises, and then we try to see in which point we are, and yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I will do them. I will do it then. And then I will record it. I will bring the camera and I will show it to my sister. And if she sees something wrong, I will tell you. But in general, for sure, eyes in life are more important than in computer. As you can see, it's a bit hard. You know, like to show exercise on computer is it's complicated. And,
Yeah, a little.
But
I'm sorry.
but for sure anyway, I hope that everybody learns something and that they can use in their daily lives, in their routine, and that's the importance of it. Yeah. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.